Good evening, Warrior Nation, and thank you for tuning in to another broadcast here on the SWU Sports Network. My name is Harley State, and it's homecoming weekend here at Southern Wesleyan. Tonight we have Conference Carolinas matchup as the Barton Bulldogs have come to town. Game was originally slated to start at 7, but due to a delay with Barton getting caught in traffic, game starting at 7:50. One notch here, point for both teams. Starting for the Bulldogs, Angelica Acevedo, Sarah Kirk, Caitlin Elkins, Kelsey Raquelme, Brittany Salance, Allie Collins, and Riley Bain in libero. Starting for the Warriors tonight, Darby Sheets, Courtney Price, Olivia Johnson, Anna Martin, Annika Jones, Denari Malave, and Katie Anderson as the libero. Good save by Johnson. Jones pops it up. Little tip over by Sheets. Ball is up in the air, knocked back or crossed by Kirk. Jones setting up Malave. That's going to get down. So now Warriors on top 2-1 early here in the first set. Annika Jones, the leader on this team in assists, serves over. So a service ace there for Jones. If I'm not mistaken, I actually believe she leads the team in service ace. That she does. That'll be her 24th of the season. Serves again. Warriors on top 3-1. Up in the air. Kirk slams it over. Johnson. Jones. Hendricks going to knock it across. Popped up. Kirk again. Block. Popped up. Johnson. Sheets knocks it over. Nobody's there. Ball's up in the air. Somehow gets over the net. What a play. I believe that was number 11, Brittany Salance, that was no-looked and knocked it back over the net. Officials now talking to number 6, Caitlin Elkins. Not sure what exactly that's about, but substitution coming in for the Bulldogs as we see the libero, number 6, Caitlin Elkins. Or excuse me, no, the libero is Riley Bain. Elkins back to serve. Warriors on top 3-2. I don't believe we've gotten a signal yet. Official down near the scores table talking. Little delay of game. Gets the signal. Elkins ready to serve. Knocks it across. Anderson's going to pop it up. That's going to wind up in one of the upward-facing basketball goals. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Notched it up at 3. Served again by Elkins. Anderson. Jones setting up Hendricks. Just a little tip right over the net. Hop back down. Point for the Warriors. So now Warriors back on top, 4-3. Anderson, tonight's libero, set to serve. Anderson, a senior from Port St. Lucie, Florida. Popped up. Jones, Sheets, knocked up by the libero. Knocked back across by Kirk, way out of bounds. Warriors and Bulldogs coming in wearing very similar colors tonight. The libero, Bain, for the Bulldogs is wearing pretty much the same colors as all of our regular starters, while our libero, Anderson, wearing the same colors as all of Barton's starters. Anderson serves. Popped up. Number 9, Frederick gets it over. Jones setting up Hendricks. Knocks it across. Frederick again, out of bounds.
Point, SWU!
All kinds of homecoming activities going on here this weekend around campus. Originally, we were going to have 2 soccer matches tonight, but the weather delayed those tomorrow, so now we will have volleyball and soccer going on. Popped up. Hendricks gets it over. Set up, slam, but Price is there for the block. Knocked across again, popped up by Anderson. Off the ceiling, Sheets. Johnson's going to have to get it over, won't get over the net. Due to the inclement weather, I believe the way it's going to work is at 11 a.m. we will bring you the women's soccer game here on the SWU Sports Network. I do not believe we will have live commentary, but we will have live video of that event. And then I believe the women's volleyball game set to go at 2 o'clock. That will be against Mount Olive. We will have that for you live here on the SWU Sports Network. Not sure if we will have live play-by-play or not for that one, but we will have live video. Warriors, both women's soccer team and women's volleyball team, fighting to get into the conference tournament. Volleyball, 3 of their last 4 here, including tonight, Barton, Mount Olive tomorrow, and then North Greenville next Saturday. Conference Carolina games, every single one of those is going to count and be huge. Warriors currently sitting in 7th place of Conference Carolinas. Season in today, they'll go and play Belmont Abbey.
Point, SWU!
So Warriors now back on top after the Bulldogs tied it. We'll see number 13, Haley Martin, set to serve. Popped up. Kirk again. Anderson up in the air, off the ceiling. Martin. Hendricks going to knock it over. Libero saves it. Slam down. That's going to get down. Point for the Bulldogs. Number 21, Allie Cullens, right there at the net. Able to spike it on the other side. So now we'll see number 2, Sarah Kirk, set to serve for the Bulldogs. Gets the go-ahead whistle. 7-7 game here in set number 1. Out of bounds, point for the Warriors. My favorite points are those points where we don't have to do anything. Warriors will take those all game long. So now sister of Haley Martin, Anna Martin, junior from Central South Carolina, serving it for the Warriors. Gets over the net. Kirk's setting up. Tip back over, slam down by Price.
Point, SWU!
Not sure if that was Price or Johnson. It looked like Price got a hold of the ball first. Either way, Warriors will take it. Martin serves again. Number 21 gets it over. Cullens, that'll be another point for the Bulldogs. Departing is Frederick. Coming in is Salance. Salance is a freshman from Jacksonville, North Carolina. She's set to serve. Knocked over. Martin, Haley Martin that is. Jones, Johnson. That ball's popped up. Jones tries to save it, but unable to get there. Excuse me, that is Martin trying to run for that one. Tried to knock it back towards her teammates, unable to do so. So Salance will head back over to serve. All tied up at 9 apiece. Knocked over. Popped up by Martin. Jones, Price. They're going to say that is out of bounds. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. I believe the Warriors thought that may have been off of somebody's hand. Officials are just going to say straight out of bounds. Barton takes a lead 10-9. Salance serves again. Anna Martin. Jones, little tip over, gets down, point for the Warriors.
Point, SWU.
So now the senior from Sumter, South Carolina, Courtney Price. Set to serve here. Gets it across. Number 6 slams it home. Good save by Haley Martin. Jones setting up Johnson. Popped up by number 11. That one make it over the net. Slammed down by Malog.
Point, SWU.
Back and forth we go. Warriors on top 11-10 now. Price serves. Knocked up by Bain. Kirk, not a good look. Slammed by number 6. That'll get down, point for the Bulldogs. That was Caitlin Elkins coming in, launching that ball. It goes off of the Warriors' hands and out of bounds. So now the libero, Riley Bain, redshirt senior from Wilson, North Carolina. Homegrown kid for Barton. Serving it, slammed by Johnson. Pop back up. That was at the back line. That ended up getting over the net. Jones going to have to put it down. Anderson, great save. Not good communication going on for the Warriors now. Martin, little tip over. Slam. Good job by Johnson.
Point, SWU.
So what started off bad communication, bad look for the Warriors ends up a point for Southern Wesleyan. Olivia Johnson set to serve now. Knocks it across. Popped up by Salance. Elkins going to get it. Perfect placement as that falls behind Anna Martin, but in front of Katie Anderson. That'll tie the game up. So now we will see Angelica Acevedo, senior from Coamo, Puerto Rico. Popped up by Elkins. Slammed by Elkins, doesn't get across the net.
Point, SWU.
Jones serves. That's going to be out of bounds. A point for the Bulldogs. Caitlin Elkins, sophomore from Hope Mills, North Carolina. Serves it, puts some heat on it, but wasn't able to get over the net. Another one of those points the Warriors get without having to do anything. So now Katie Anderson back to serve. Knocks it over. Popped up by Frederick. Going to be a foul call. That'll be another point for the Warriors, as they now extend to one of their biggest leads yet at 2 points. This game has just been constantly back and forth between the Bulldogs and the Warriors. Little lob served by Anderson. Popped up by Acevedo. Little tip over. Price knocks it up in the air. Anderson, Johnson had to knock it over. Does that get down? It does.
Point, SWU.
Johnson with the lightning precision was able to knock that one just inside the corner. And head coach of the Bulldogs, Jeff Lennox, going to take his first time out of this set. We'll take a quick break here on the SWU Sports Network, but when we come back, we'll continue first set action. Warriors on top of the Bulldogs, 16-3. Anderson serves it across. Warriors on top 16-13. Elkin's going to hit it over. She's got some jumps on her. Knocked across by Hendricks. Popped up, slammed across by Kirk, out of bounds.
Point SWU.
Katie Anderson set to serve again. Warriors rattling off 3 straight. That one's going back to the wall. Point for the Warriors.
Point SWU.
Knocked across by Anderson, just gets over the net. Diving attempt by Bain, able to save it. Good defense with the Warriors so far. Gets over, gets down. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Warriors' consecutive point run comes to an end, but they still got a 4-point lead here. We'll see a number 19, Madison Thompson, senior from Tarpon Springs, Florida, come in to serve for the Bulldogs. Doesn't get over the net. More points for the Warriors. So now a 19-5 lead. Warriors really could use a win in this contest. Barton sitting at 3rd in the Conference Carolina standings, 8-2 in conference, 12-13 overall. But we looked at Barton's schedule, and they had a rough start at the beginning of the season. But when you look at the final stretch, they have just been dominant, even in Conference Carolina's play. One of those losses coming against Emmanuel, who's sitting at the top of Conference Carolinas right now. Knocked across by Kirk. Jones, Johnson. Bain's going to pop it up. Slammed across. Good save by the Warriors. Johnson tips it over. Popped up, knocked across by Collins. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. 19-16 now. Warriors only on top by 3. Served again by Kirk. Doesn't get over the net. Point for the Warriors. So now Anna Martin set to serve again. Popped up by Frederick. Kirk, Frederick again. That one goes down the rails, but no good.
Point SWU.
Having some discussion. They're going to officially rule that as a point for the Warriors. Anna Martin ready to serve again. More discussion by the officials. Gets a go-ahead signal. Had to correct the scoreboard. Martin serves. Frederick. Kirk setting up Collins. Popped up by Martin. Great diving stop. But they're going to say that was a double touch. So point for the Bulldogs. Salance comes back in for Barton, ready to serve. More discussion down near the scores table between head coach Julia Reiniga and the floor official. Out the cross by Salance. Martin, Jones, Price. Saved there by Salance. Elkin's going to knock it over. Popped up Johnson. Little tap over. Bain slammed, but the Warriors were there. Head coach Julia Reiniger discussing more with the scoreboard official. I'm not sure what that was, but a point for the Warriors there. Now 22-17. So Jeff Lennox will take another timeout for the Bulldogs. We'll take another quick break here. Technical troubles for Barton here late in the first half. Warriors on top 23-17. So Jeff Lennox now used up both of his timeouts here in the first set. Warriors only needing 2 more points to get a 1-0 set lead against the Bulldogs. Near side official discussing something with Annika Jones. She'll head over and talk to it with head coach Julia Reiniger. Set to play. Courtney Price serves it over. 23-17 Warriors. Don't know what happened. Another point for the Warriors. So now the Warriors only 1 point away from taking a 1-0 set lead against third-ranked Barton. Elkin slams it across, gets down. Warriors win. So that will do it here in set number 1. Warriors with a surprisingly good start here against the Bulldogs will take a 25-17 set 1 victory. We will head to set number 2. Warriors are looking to get on top early. We'd love to see a sweep here on Friday night. We're going to take a quick break on the SWU Sports Network, but when we get back, set 2 action coming your way. So after a 25-17 set one victory, Warriors coming out ready to start set two, looking to take an early 2-0 set lead against the third-ranked Conference Carolinas team, the Barton Bulldogs. Warriors have Johnson, Anderson, Martin, Sheets, Malave, and Jones on the field. Bulldogs have Acevedo, Salance, Bain, Kirk, Riquelme, and Elkins. Jones setting up Sheets. Gets back knocked over by Riquelme. That's going to get down point for the Bulldogs. They'll start off this set 1-0. Served again by Acevedo. Point for the Bulldogs. 2 touches. On top, 2-0. Served again by Acevedo. Anderson. Jones, Malave throws it over, gets down point for the Warriors. Annika Jones ready to serve it across for Southern Wesleyan. Good diving save there by Salance. Gets over. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Elkins gets some height on her serve. That one gets it in. So a service ace for Elkins. As I mentioned that first set, Elkins jumps super high on her serves, and when she goes to slam the ball across the net, ball goes way up in the air. She puts some heat on it. Another service ace for Anderson. For Elkins. Anderson was able to get a hand on it, but it went underneath the net. One would think that the unique serving style helps her out. That has some heat on it. Sheets, Jones, Johnson. Acevedo up. Slammed across by Kirk. Jones, Hendricks. Knocked up by Acevedo. Kirk, Elkins, out of bounds. 5-2 now. Anderson set to serve. Gets it over. Knocked up by Kendall. Slammed back across by Kendall. Out of bounds. Since tonight is our homecoming court, after this set, in between the second and third, we will do our homecoming king and queens and all of the class winners. So you'll be able to catch that live streamed here on the SWU Sports Network. All that will be happening. I don't know why I'm talking about that when there is some great back and forth going on right here. Out of bounds, point for the Warriors. Anderson serves. Elkins, Acevedo, slammed across by Riquelme. Doesn't get over the net. Good attempt by Hendricks. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Thompson serves. Jones pops up. Knocked across by Sheets. Doesn't get over the net. Point for the Warriors.
Point, SWU.
Served by Martin. Haley Martin, that is. Got to remember to differentiate between Anna and Haley. Good defense by Barton. Blocked by Kendall and Cullens. Cullens going to try and knock it over. Back at her. Right at the net. Cullens going to punch it over. Jones setting up Price. Tips over, but Bain is there. Point for the Warriors.
Point, SWU.
So now the Warriors have tied this one up at 6 apiece here in set number 2. Haley Martin serves again. Acevedo pops it up, setting up Kirk. Slammed across by Price. Gets down. That's going to be a point for the Bulldogs. Served by Kirk. Jones setting up Price again. This one's going to get down for a point.
Point, SWU.
So the kill by Price will tie it back up at 7. Now the other Martin, Anna Martin, back to serve. Knocked across by Martin. Slammed over by Cullens. Bain slammed over, popped up. Gets down. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Served across. Popped up. Johnson knocks it over. Popped up by Elkins. Kirk. Point for the Warriors.
Point, SWU.
Head coach Jeff Lennox is not happy about that call. See him yelling all the way across to the net judge here. We'll see Elkins go over, explaining that we're going to see a yellow card thrown, warning for Barton. I believe that's the first time we've seen that this year. So now after all of that, we'll see Courtney Price set to serve. Popped up, that's going to get way out of bounds.
Point, SWU.
Knocked over. Popped up by Martin. Jones. Johnson gets home. Point Warriors.
Point, SWU.
Served over by Price. Popped up by Elkins. Kirk setting up Collins. Price is there. Jones, Malave. Popped up off the ceiling. Knocked up by Kirk's going to have to get over, but out of bounds.
Point, SWU.
After that yellow card on Lennox, momentum has shifted. Price serves it. Warriors on top 11-8. Kirk. Collins doesn't get over the net. Popped up by Kirk, knocked across by Elkins. Martin, Jones setting up Johnson. That's up in the air. No one will get to it. Out of bounds. And Jeff Lennox has seen enough. He is going to call a timeout. So Lennox will use his first timeout of this second set. We're going to take a quick break on the SWU Sports Network. Momentum is shifting. Warriors scoring 4 in a row, and they are on top, 12-8. So after that timeout, Barton back on the field. Grace serves it across, popped up. Slammed down. Goodness gracious, lightning speed. (12-9) here in Tysinger. Served across by Bain. Out of bounds, point for the Warriors. Popped up. Knocked over. Slammed across by Malave. Popped up by Martin. Anderson's there. Kirk setting up Elkins. Good save by Johnson. Just gets over the net. What a great play by Sheets. Whether it was unintentional or not, but it's going to be a point for the Bulldogs. I hope. Discussion by both officials. Popped up, knocked over. Bain is there. Elkins hits it. Martin pops up. Jones setting up Sheets. Slams down off the ceiling. Gets down. Point for the Warriors. Knocked over by Jones on the serve. Popped up. Slammed down off the ceiling. Warriors unable to recover. Elkins, fire across, out of bounds.
SWU.
Served across by Anderson. Bain trying to set up Kendall, out of bounds.
SWU.
Slammed down by Sheets, great play.
SWU.
So Elkins went down, able to pick it up off the ground. It went over the net. Sheets was there, slammed it back down. Heads up play by the freshman. Knocked back across, but Price and Sheets are there. Good save by the Bulldogs. Jones setting up Hendricks. Bain knocks it up. Knocked up by Raquelme. Knocked across by Elkins. Anderson trying to set up Sheets. Slammed. The wall is there. Knocked down by Price.
SWU.
So another timeout called by Jeff Lennox. The look on his face says it all. We'll take a quick break here on the SWU Sports Network. When we come back, Warriors up by 6 in set number 2, looking to take a 2-0 lead. (18-12), Warriors on top of the Bulldogs here in set number 2. Anderson serves. Acevedo knocks up. Kirk tries to slam it home. Anderson, Jones, Price didn't get the look she wanted. Ended up a little punch over. Knocked down, but point for the Warriors.
SWU.
Courtney Price with some authority, slamming it down right on top of the Warrior head here in historic Tysinger. Acevedo trying to get it to Kendall, doesn't work.
SWU.
Served across again by Anderson. Popped over by Kendall. Sheets. Kendall again. Acevedo. Knocked over. Good save by Johnson. Knocked over by Price. Bulldogs just barely able to get it over the net. Hendricks. Price. Bain setting up Kendall. Gets it over. Anderson is there. Jones. That ball tailed on her funny. It's going to go out of bounds. So that'll be a point for the Bulldogs. But they are trailing this one 13-20. Thompson serves. Popped up by Anderson. Knocked across by Sheets. Thompson's not going to be able to do anything with that one.
Point SWU.
Acevedo setting up Elkins. That one's popped up. Good save by Johnson. Knocked over by Hendricks. Great play by the Warriors. Jones, Martin. Johnson's going to have to knock it over. Bain, this will be a fight right near the net. Knocked over by Collins. Martin just not tall enough to reach it. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Served by Sarah Cook. That one would have went out of bounds. Johnson went there to get it. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Johnson trying to go all out. Maybe trying to get a few last-second votes for her sophomore class here during the homecoming court. Popped up. Hendricks, little tip over. Good save by Bain. That one is Headley slammed it over. Hendricks going to have to knock it. That one would have went out of bounds, but Bain kept it in. Kendall tries to knock it home, doesn't get it. It is all Warriors right now here in set number 2. Barton has given the Warriors troubles for several years now. This would be a great way to start a homecoming weekend. Kirk setting up Collins, gets it over. Slammed across by Johnson, doesn't get there.
Point SWU.
So now Anna Martin set to serve. It's the first time the Warriors have played Barton this year. Didn't have to play them twice this year, which I believe they had to last year. Slammed across, but Johnson is there. Ball's up in the ceiling. Miscommunication. Headley's going to have to knock it over. Anderson. Johnson just knocks it over the net. Kirk trying to set up Headley. Slammed across. Not there. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Served across, popped up. That's going to be a point for the Warriors. So a little issue here. Everything squared away. Price serves. Set point for the Warriors. Doesn't get across the net. Served by Bain. 24-17 here in set number 2. Johnson's going to make it a set 2 victory for the Warriors. So what had Barton coming in favored to win this. Now has the Warriors on top 2-0. We're going to take a quick break here on the SWU Sports Network. We will leave the audio on so you can hear our homecoming festivities, where our homecoming court will be taking place here in just a moment. But when we come back, it will be a 2-0 Warriors lead, and we will see if they can go for the 3-0 sweep.
First, we will announce all of the representatives, and then we will move on to our winners. The freshman class is represented by Chandler Whittle, who is escorting Emma Williams, and Andrew McClung escorting Caroline Chandler. The sophomore class is represented by Christian Swindle, who is escorting Paige Rouse, and Justin Hart, who is escorting Olivia Johnson. The junior class is represented by Hayden Peters, who is escorting Megan Brown, and Zach Wheeler escorting Kayla Achenbach. The senior class is represented by John Ryle, who is escorting Jessica Willis, and Andrew Collins, who is escorting Lexi Darwin. And now, for your 2018 Homecoming Court winners. For the freshmen, Emma Williams and Chandler Whittle. For the sophomores, Olivia Johnson and Justin Hart. For the juniors, Megan Bowen and Hayden Peters.
How did you say you said dude man's name? Kalikas? Kalikas.
And for the seniors, who will be crowned by our 2012 Homecoming King, Kalikas Jones, and Queen, Amy Reese. Lexi Darling and Andrew Collins. Let's give one more round of applause to our 2018 Homecoming Court winners.
Set number 3 coming your way here on the SWU Sports Network after what was an exciting set number 2. Warriors on top 2-0. It is do or die for Barton. Good start for them as they'll go up 1-0 here in set number 3. We'd like to say another congratulations to our homecoming court winners, freshmen Emma Williams and Chandler Whittle, sophomore women's volleyball player Olivia Johnson and Justin Hart, juniors Megan Bowen and Hayden Peters, and seniors Lexi Darling and Andrew Collins. Jones setting up Sheets, gets it over, out of bounds, point for the Bulldogs. Angelica Acevedo serving again. Anderson, Jones, not going to be a good setup. Johnson barely gets that one over the net. Knocked across by Headley, but the block is there. Point for the Warriors. So now Annika Jones serving. Acevedo's there. Trying to get it across was Raquel May, but it didn't work. Off the light. That one comes down. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Scary scenario when the ball goes up and slams against a light. Historic Tysinger is not the youngest of gymnasiums. Always worry the way those lights wiggle around after getting hit. I wouldn't touch the ball either. Slammed across by Elkins, putting the fire on that serve. Gets down by Hendricks.
Point, SWU!
3-2 here in set number 3. Anderson serves. Bain, Acevedo, Headley, knocked back over. Raquel May, that one's going to drop down way out of bounds after being touched by Jones. 4-2 Barton here in set number 3. We've seen a few epic comebacks here in Tysinger. Not very many epic meltdowns by the Warriors. Don't even want to start thinking about that as Johnson trips, and that'll now be 5-2 Barton. Last thing the Warriors want to do here on Friday night after 2 very good first sets is end up getting this all the way to set number 5. We're going to pretend all that momentum from homecoming is just kind of burning them out a little bit. About time to get the fire back.
Point, SWU!
Haley Martin back to serve. Elkins, Acevedo, Headley. Popped up by Jones, Anderson. Hendricks will knock it over. The wall is right there. Jones trying to set up Johnson. That's going to drop down off the ceiling. Good save by the Bulldogs. Headley knocks it over. Martin, Jones puts it over, trying to catch him off guard. Slammed way out of bounds. And that is going to be a point for the Bulldogs. Yikes. I'm just as confused as the fans and Coach Reiniger and assistant student coach Tyler Warner and the volleyball team and everybody watching at home. I think even Barton's confused on that one. So 6-3 Bulldogs. Hendricks trying to get that point back. That ball's going to sail way out of bounds after being blocked. 7-3 Bulldogs. Sarah Kirk back to serve again. Popped up just over the net. Anderson goes down low to get it. Johnson, that's going to get down, point for the Warriors.
Point, SWU!
Hannah Martin back ready to serve. Pops it over. Elkins is there. Acevedo setting up number 9, Cameron Frederick. Gets in between Price and Jones. It'll drop down for a point for the Bulldogs. Brittany Solance. That's not going to get over the net. That'll be a point for the Warriors. Love it when the Warriors get those points without having to do anything. Price serves. Popped up by Bain. It's going to be right near the net. Point for the Warriors. Price serves again. 8-6 ball game now. Warriors slowly getting back in this one. Great save by Johnson on the spike by Elkins. Miscommunication. 3 Warriors almost collided. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs, 9-6. Head coach Jeff Lennox, a little more pep in his step this set. Served by Bain. Jones, Johnson, out of bounds, point Warriors. Served by Johnson, out of bounds, point for the Bulldogs. Served across by Acevedo. Jones, a little tip over. Good save by Bain. Knocked across by Elkins. Anderson can't get it off the ground. Another point for the Bulldogs. They're up 11-7. Acevedo serves. Martin, Jones, Johnson. Point for the Warriors. So now the serve by Annika Jones. Knocked up in the air. Elkins got to slam it across. Goodness gracious. But after the tip, that will be a point for the Bulldogs. She's got one of the fastest spikes, serves, whatever, that I have seen all season. Knocked across. That one didn't get over the net. The Lightning was a little too low that time. Served by Anderson. Having to knock it up from out of bounds. Headley will knock it over. Popped up, knocked over by Price, trying to hit it where nobody was. Good save by the Bulldogs. Frederick knocks it over. Hendricks. Headley pops it up. Elkins slams, doesn't get over the net. Anderson serves again, 12-10 game. Knocked across by Headley. Jones is there. Can somebody save it? Hendricks does. Jones will have to knock it back over the net. Bulldogs, good chance to set up. Headley in between Jones and Anderson. Point for Barton. Substitutions coming in. Collins coming in as well as Thompson. The way it looks, Thompson comes in to serve. It seems that whenever the Warriors hit it her way while she's in, that's when they have the best chance of getting a point. Out of bounds, doesn't matter.
Point, SWU.
Bulldogs still on top, 13-11. Haley Martin serves. Collins knocks it over. Jones, Anderson, Johnson. It's up in the air. Elkins knocks it way over. Misdirection there. Not good.
Point, SWU.
Number 9, Frederick, tried to come in for the fancy spike. Wasn't able to convert. Knocked over by Headley. Just kept that inside of the out-of-bounds pole on the net. Headley again. Out of bounds.
Point, SWU.
So just like that, we are all tied up at 13. Knocked over by Martin, but out of bounds. Just like that, Warriors surrender the lead back to the Bulldogs. If you remember, the first set was very back and forth all the way up till about the first 10 points, then the Warriors started pulling away. Second set was about the same, and then Jeff Lennox got that yellow card, and the Warriors went on a tear, going up by as many as 8. It's now the third set. Lots of back and forth. Barton started out on top, though.
Point, SWU.
Barton started out on top of this match, but now the Warriors have fought back in it. Anna Martin serves. Elkins, Acevedo, Collins. Perfect placement. Point for the Bulldogs. Served by Salance. Jones leaving it in the middle. Anderson able to knock it over. Acevedo to Elkins. Anderson, Jones, Johnson. Comes right back to Johnson. No one's able to get it. Point for the Bulldogs. Courtney Price doing a little floor duty. Served across again by Salance. Martin didn't get the setup she wanted, but Johnson will knock it. That's way out of bounds. So after tying it up now, Barton with 3 straight points, 17-14 lead here in set number 3. Warriors on top 2-0, trying to get the sweep here to start off homecoming weekend. Johnson slams. The wall is there. Another point for the Bulldogs. Julia Reiniger is going to call a timeout, try and get her team refocused. When we come back, we'll see if the Warriors can get out of this 4-point deficit and get the 3-0 sweep against the Bulldogs. Served again by Solance. Martin goes to the floor, able to knock it up. Johnson gets it over. Acevedo setting up Elkins, slams it across. Anderson pops it up. Good save by Martin. Jones able to get it over. Bain, Acevedo, Collins. That has worked several times. Great save by Martin. Johnson out of bounds. Point Warriors. So a fingertip save by Haley Martin leads to what will be a Johnson slam. Knocked over by Elkins. Anna Martin. Johnson again. Popped back up. Johnson's going to hit it. Inbounds. Little argue from Jeff Lennox. I was surprised that one was called inbounds as well, honestly. But we'll take it. 18-16, Warriors trailing the Bulldogs in set 3. Slam by Elkins. She has been dominant tonight. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Put them back on top by 3. Knocked over by Bain. Jones, Johnson. Is that inbounds? That is. I've had more issues with this mic tonight than I have all season. You don't hear that. Knocked over by Johnson on the serve. Popped up, Elkins. Slam. She has been dominant. Like it'll make that noise. Served by Acevedo. Jones, Sheets almost had a perfect placement on it. Elkins just gets over the net, but out of bounds.
SWU!
Like it'll make that noise where it's almost like it's too close to a receiver, even though it's like. Knocked over by Jones. Popped up. Elkins, crazy acrobatic save. Slammed over. Elkins looked like she was competing in a slam dunk contest with that move. (21-18). Caitlin Elkins ready to serve. Jones, just a little tip over by Sheets. Point for the Warriors. I believe Sheets even did the no-look call it when she turned around on that one. Popped up, Headley gets it over. Good save by Jones right near the net, but Raquelme is there. 22-19, Warriors running out of time to come back in this set. Knocked across by Raquelme. Popped up, Hendricks doesn't get over the net. Thanks to the save by Collins. Popped over, up, Headley gets it. Off the ceiling, comes right back down. So we are going to see a timeout here late by Julia Reiniger. Barton only needs 2 more points to stay alive in this contest. We'll see you in just about a minute. Warriors trailing 23-19. Things are getting rowdy here in historic Tysinger. The student section is fired up. Raquelme serves. Slammed across by Sheets. That gets down.
SWU!
Frederick pops up. Acevedo, Elkins, Martin. Good save by Johnson. Haley Martin has to knock it back over. Pop back up. Headley, Jones, Martin, Johnson. That's up in the air. Collins tries to knock it over. Hendricks popped up. Hendricks gets it over. Headley is there. Setting up Elkins. Another acrobatic move, able to knock it over. Johnson slams. That ball almost dropped. Good save by the Bulldogs. Headley meets the wall of Johnson and Price. Headley again. Jones, Anderson. We'll see Johnson attack. Little lob over. Bain, Elkins. Anderson, Jones throws it over. Bain, Headley, little tip. Johnson is there, has to pop it right back up. Acevedo, Elkins doesn't get over the net. And we are going to see a timeout by Jeff Lennox. He feels the momentum turning here in historic Tysinger Gymnasium. We're going to take another break here on the SWU Sports Network. When we come back, we'll see if the Warriors can pull off the comeback and sweep the Bulldogs 3-0. So here we go, Warriors and Bulldogs, 23-21. Bulldogs on top, set number 3. Momentum shifting towards the Warriors' way. Before that, Jeff Lennox timeout. Frederick, Acevedo, Headley. That's going to get down, point for the Bulldogs. So that is a set point for them. They need one more to win their first set of this game. Warriors leading 2-0. Hoping to get that 3-0 sweep. Warriors are going to have to rally off 5 straight points at this point to get that now. Haley Martin pops it up. Jones, not going to be a good look for Hendricks. She'll knock it over. Bain saves it. Acevedo, Elkins. Price is at the net's not going to get it. So the Bulldogs, after dropping the first 2 sets, starting strong but then falling dominantly to the Warriors by as many as 7 or more points, now hold on, win set number 3 and force set 4. We'll take a break here on the SWU Sports Network. When we come back, we'll see if the Warriors can finish off the Bulldogs in set number 4. Set 4 about to get underway here in historic Tysinger Gymnasium as we have Conference Carolinas action for you here on Friday night. Barton Bulldogs are trailing 2-1 to the Southern Wesleyan University Warriors. Homecoming weekend here on campus. In between sets 2 and 3, we saw our homecoming court. Turned out to be bad luck for the Warriors, as after very authoritative like taking set 1 and 2, drop set 3 to Barton. So now the Bulldogs stayed alive, but it's still do or die for them. They've got to win this set to force a decisive set 5. But we don't even want to think about that. We want the Warriors just to come in and sweep the life out of the Bulldogs. Hendricks knocks it over. Popped up by Elkins. Raquelme gets it over. Anderson can't handle it. Another point for the Bulldogs. They're on top 2-1. Served by Bain, the libero for Barton tonight. Sheets slams it across. Acevedo, Elkins Over the net, out of bounds.
It's a shame we can't control that up here, though.
Slammed across by Raquelme. That's going to get down. Knocked across. Acevedo, Elkins. Good save by Johnson. Jones, Sheets will have to knock it over. Slammed down by Elkins, point for the Bulldogs. Acevedo serves. Jones, Sheets. That ball's going to drop down. Warriors on top 4-3 as Haley Martin serves. Acevedo, Raquelme. That ball's going to get down. Point for the Bulldogs. Slammed by Elkins. Warriors somehow able to recover after the miscommunication. Elkins slams. Point for the Warriors. Served by Martin. Point for the Warriors. Served again by Martin. Another point for the Warriors. Raquelme knocks this one up. Two hands. Timeout called by Jeff Lennox. Warriors are on a roll. Now leading the Bulldogs 8-4 in set number 4. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll see if the Warriors can finish off Barton here in the 4th set. Headley knocks it over, gets back down, point for the Warriors. This is looking more like the Warriors from sets 1 and 2 after they got the momentum and took off. Martin's serve doesn't get over the net. Point for the Bulldogs. Warriors still on top by 5. Slam by Price, way out of bounds. Served by Thompson, out of bounds. Warriors on top 11-6. Courtney Price serves. Point for the Warriors. I have never seen so many points given to the Warriors when they didn't even touch the ball on a play. It is crazy how many times Barton has been whistled and given points to. I understand why Jeff Lennox is so upset. At that point, it almost just doesn't seem fair. But the officials have explained to them time and time again, and yet they still keep committing these technicalities. Warriors are just going to take it in stride. Over the net, but out of bounds. Point for the Warriors. 13-7 here in historic Tysinger Gymnasium. Served by Olivia Johnson. Homecoming court winner for the sophomore class. Jones. They're going to say that there was a two-touch, so this time the call goes against the Warriors. Maybe it's not just Barton. Maybe it's these officials that are just specifically hard on that call. Knocked over by Jones. Whistle blows. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Out of bounds, point for the Warriors.
SWU.
Annika Jones serves. Acevedo pops up. Elkins slams. That's going to get down. Johnson not happy she couldn't bring that up off the ground. 14-10 now. The libero, Riley Bain, set to serve. Just gets over the net. That's actually going to help out the Bulldogs. Point for them. Diving attempt by Darby Sheets, just not enough. Johnson also not able to save that one. That serve had a lot of curve on it. Popped up. Johnson knocks it over. Acevedo setting up Elkins. Jones, Hendricks, Sheets. Acevedo, Elkins. Jones, Sheets again. Out of bounds, point for the Bulldogs. So head coach Julia Reiniger calling a timeout now as we see the Bulldogs starting to storm back into this one after being down by 7.
Warriors on top 14-13. We'll get you right back in the action after this break. Fourteen to 13, Warriors on top. Leading the Bulldogs 2-1. Bain serves. Sheets trying to get a point for the Warriors there with that slam. Hendricks will knock it over. Acevedo, Elkins. Good save by Johnson. Sheets. Acevedo, a little tip over. Jones is there. Anderson. Sheets. Miscommunication there. Acevedo's coming, takes out for Kelmy. Point for the Warriors. So now the libero, Katie Anderson, set to serve. That is going to be a point for the Bulldogs. Line official didn't see it. It hit her on the foot, but didn't see the ball, so she defaulted to the net judge, and he gave the point to the Bulldogs. Acevedo serves, popped up by Anderson. Jones, Price, little tip over. Popped up is Bain. Elkins slams it home. We are tied up at 15 apiece here in set 4. Barton's able to win this one. It'll force a decisive set number 5, and they'll have won 3 and 4 after dropping the first 2 to the Warriors. Acevedo serves. Popped up by Anderson. Jones, Hendricks. Trying to hit it where nobody was, but Acevedo saw it coming. Slam by Elkins. Perfect placement. Barton jumps on top 16-15. Served by Acevedo, doesn't make it over the net.
SWU.
16 all. Haley Martin set to serve. Raquelme pops it up. Headley gets it right back to the wall, but out of bounds. Point for the Bulldogs. Jones pops it back up, hits the ceiling. Nobody knew who had it. Ball falls down. Now Barton on top, 18-16. Elkins serve doesn't even make it past the net. It hits the ground before it even gets to the net. Bulldogs still on top, 18-17. Anna Martin ready to serve for the Warriors. Knocked over the net. Acevedo setting up number 9, Frederick. Another point for the Bulldogs. Served by Thompson. Jones, Price gonna have to get it over, keep it in bounds. Acevedo, Headley. That gets down, point for the Bulldogs, 20-17. Head coach Jeff Lennox back on his feet. He knows it is a different ball game at this point. Thompson serves again. Right to Martin. Jones, Johnson, the wall is there. Jones pops it back up. Johnson, little tip over. Good save, but out of bounds. Courtney Price back to serve. Acevedo, Elkins slammed right down. Point for the Bulldogs. I don't have their stats with me, but I'm going to take a fat guess and assume that she leads their team in kills. Served by Kirk. Johnson hammers that one up off the ceiling, gets down, point for the Warriors. Barton still on top, 21-19. Warriors going to have to pull a little comeback if they want to end this match and finish set 4. Johnson serves. Elkins pops it up. Acevedo setting up Collins. That's going to be a point for the Bulldogs. 22-19. Brittany Salance, freshman from Jacksonville, North Carolina, serving it. Anderson, that ball's real close to the net. Malave's there. Salance throws it out of bounds. Annika Jones. Ball's up. Serves it. Weird toss-up by Bain. Good save by Kirk. Elkins going to have to come in and knock it over. Darby Sheets puts some oomph into it. Popped up. Elkins is out of bounds. That'll be a point for the Bulldogs. 23-20. Timeout called by Julia Reiniger. Everybody's used their timeouts here in the second half. 23-20, close one here in set number 4. When we come back, we'll see if Barton is able to pull out a decisive set number 5 or if the Warriors will take home a 3-1 victory. Bain serves it across. Johnson. Jones. Johnson slams over. Kirk's the first one to touch it. Acevedo. Elkins. Anderson. Little two-hand over. Slam by Elkins. Able to acrobatically save it from going down. Raquel made good no look. Hendricks. Popped up by Bain off the ceiling. Slammed across by Elkins. Doesn't get over the net. Anderson serving. Warriors down 21-23. They can spin off 4 straight points, they'll win this. Not going to happen as Barton makes it 24-21. Set point for the Bulldogs, Angelica Acevedo, senior from Coamo, Puerto Rico. Set to serve. Served across. Anderson pops up. Jones, Sheets. Acevedo, Kane, Elkins throws it over. Johnson is there. Jones setting up Sheets. Popped up. Point for the Warriors. So now the Warriors control their own destiny. If they can rattle off 4 straight points, they'll go home winners. Haley Martin serves. Elkins gets out of bounds. Point Warriors. So I thought we had used all the timeouts. Looks like Jeff Lennox has one more in the bag, and he'll take it right here. 1 point game. When we come back, we're either going home winners or going to set 5. Served by Haley Martin. Acevedo, slammed by Elkins. Anderson is there. Next point. Tie game. Olivia Johnson with the slam. Haley Martin back to serve again. Warriors need 2 to win this whole game. Acevedo, Headley. That's going to get down. Barton goes on top, 25-24. But you have to win by 2. So now we'll see the star tonight, Caitlin Elkins, sophomore from Hope Mills, North Carolina. She's got a couple of service aces already. If she gets a point here, they win set 4. Johnson's the first one to touch it. Jones setting up Hendricks, gets it across. Out of bounds. Barton takes set 4. So the inevitable has happened. Barton, after being down 2-0, has come back and won the previous 2 sets. And so now we go to a decisive set 5. First to 15, it'll be do or die for both teams as Warriors and Barton all notched up 2 sets apiece. We're going to take a break here on the SWU Sports Network. We will have a winner when we come back. So here we are, right where we didn't want to be. Set 5 after the Warriors go on top 2-0. The Barton Bulldogs, third-ranked team in Conference Carolinas, has stormed their way back. They took the third set rather well, and then this fourth set was a close one. But nonetheless, we are here. Haley Martin starts us off serving first to 15 in the do-or-die set number 5. Barton's going to come away with the first point as that ball sails almost to the exit sign. So now we'll see the libero, Riley Bain, serving for Barton. Anderson's first to touch it. Jones, Johnson, slam, but out of bounds. Warriors arguing that somebody touched that one before it went. The official's going to say no. So now Barton's on top 2-0. Knocked over by Bain. Jones, nobody was there. Johnson thought Price had it. Price thought Anderson had it. Anderson thought Johnson had it. Ball falls in between three people. 3-0 Barton here in the fifth. Off the ceiling. Good play by the Warriors, though. Acevedo sets up Raquelme. Johnson knocks it over. Off the hands, gets down.
SWU.
Served across by Anna Martin. Acevedo, Elkins. That gets down, point for the Bulldogs. 4-1. Served by Acevedo, popped up by Martin. Jones setting up Johnson. The wall is there, gets down. The Bulldogs are 1/3 of the way there. They lead 5-1. Served by Acevedo. Martin, Jones, Price. Acevedo, Bain, Elkins. Raquelme, Bain, Headley. Doesn't get over the net.
SWU.
Served by Price. Acevedo. Point for the Warriors.
SWU.
Barton back to the old ways. Jeff Lennox is not happy about that. Little lighthearted argument with the official. Knows he's already got a warning on him. Can't take it above too much of a notch. Elkins, crazy acrobatic. Jones knocks it over. Bain. Elkins again. Comes right back. Inbounds. Point for the Warriors.
SWU.
3 straight points by the Warriors. Price. Probably the most simple serve we've seen tonight, but it's rattled us off 3 straight. Let's see if we can make it 4 to tie it. Martin. Jones. Johnson. Good save by the Bulldogs. Popped up by Acevedo. Knocked over by Headley. Out of bounds. Point for the Warriors. So what was a 5-1 contest is now notched up 5-5. Price serves again. Warriors trying to make it 5 points in a row. Headley. Did that hit the floor? They're going to say no. Knocked over. Gets inbounds. So the Warriors rattle off 5 straight points to take the lead here in the decisive set number 5. Jeff Lennox calls a timeout, We're going to take a quick break here on the SWU Sports Network. It's 1st to 15. Warriors on top 6-5. Courtney Price serving again. Warriors going for 6 straight points, and they're going to get it. It was 5-1. Barton on top. Now it's 7-5. Warriors on top. Courtney can get this here, making it 7 points in a row. We'll switch sides, and Warriors can hopefully continue their domination. Great stop there by Price. Slam by Johnson. That one gets down. It'll be a point for the Bulldogs. Served by Elkins. Jones has to pop it up. Johnson pops it over with a little punch. Bain setting up Headley. Comes right back. Popped up. Great save by Elkins. Acevedo knocks it over. Johnson gets it. Elkins. Acevedo. Headley out of bounds. Point for the Warriors. So now the Warriors will switch sides. On top 8-6. Let's hope this momentum swing can continue. Warriors have scored 7 of the last 8 points in this contest. They're on top 8-6. Olivia Johnson gets the go-ahead from the official. Serves it over, doesn't get over the net. It's now Maddie Thompson. Serves it across. Johnson. Jones, Johnson. Acevedo's there. Thompson setting up Headley. That's going to get down. Point for the Bulldogs. We are all tied up at 8. Served again by Thompson. Jones. Johnson knocks it over. Hits the ceiling, unable to save it. Warriors on top 9-8. Annika Jones set to serve. Popped up. Acevedo, Headley. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. Point for the Bulldogs. 9-9. Sarah Kirk, freshman from Pearland, Texas. Another very good player for the Bulldogs today. Serves this one across. Jones, Hendricks comes back. Anderson's there. Jones, Sheets, pops over. That's going to be a whistle. Point Warriors. Served by Anderson. Frederick, Acevedo, Collins. Great teamwork by the Bulldogs. Flawless execution. That ties it up at 10. Served by Salance. Johnson, Jones, Price. Kirk is there. Acevedo, Elkins pushes it across. Jones, Sheets, Bain. Fight at the net, gets down on the Warriors side. A point for the Bulldogs. 11-10. Salance serves again. Popped over. Bain is there. Elkins off of Jones, gets down. Point for the Bulldogs. Head coach Julia Reinig is going to call a timeout. We'll take our final break here of this contest. Warriors and Bulldogs trying to see who's going to win this game in set 5. Bulldogs on top 12-10. Brittany Salance back to serve again. Barton on top 12-10. The comeback queen so far this evening. Price throws it over. Salance is there. That gets over the net. Popped up. Almost hits the ceiling but doesn't. Elkins slams it. Meets the wall. Out of bounds. In case you weren't tuning in the whole time, Warriors jumped on top early. 2-0. Barton storms back. So the Warriors originally started this game. It was back and forth in the first set. Constantly going, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. Nobody getting more than 2 points difference. And then finally the Warriors jumped on top and just took over. Second set was the same way. There was left and right, 1 point, 1 point, 1, 1, 1, 1. Constantly going back to a tie until it hit about the 10th point. It was 10-10, and head coach Jeff Lennox got a yellow card, a warning by the net judge. The Warriors jumped the momentum, rattled off 8 points, won that set by 7. Ever since then, it has been Barton. They took set 3 in dominant fashion. They took set 4 in a close one, 25-23, and now it is set 5. They are on top 13-10. Make that 14-10. Anderson's attempting to set up Jones. It went too far into the net. So this is it for the Warriors. 14-10, Barton leads in set 5. Salance ready to serve. It is match point. Not gonna do it. Barton pulls off the comeback. Just a total bad setup and miscommunication there in the final set. And that will do it here at historic Tysinger Gymnasium. Warriors up 2-0 and now lose against the Bulldogs in 5. Barton was the 3rd-ranked team in Conference Carolinas, and they come in, hold down their status, beat a team that they were projected to beat, and now they will go home back to Wilson, North Carolina, victorious. Warriors will be back in action tomorrow at 2 p.m. here on the SWU Sports Network against the Mount Olive University Trojans.